Parts per billion. I don't know what to say, actually. Throughout the entire time, I was thinking, this has to be a novel, right? Like, this is based on something. This is not original. It is, so that was a good surprise. As far as I know, there is no book. So that was good. But other than that, I mean, I enjoyed that it was three separate stories. But in a movie where there's separate stories, sort of like anthologies, there's always one that you're not gonna like. And I definitely have that with this one. I enjoyed two of them, and one I disliked a lot. The one that I really didn't like was the one with Teresa Palmer and Penn Badgley, just because it was just no. I mean, no. If you don't know what it is, it's about the world is at war and there's a biological attack and people are dropping dead. Now, if you are prepared and you manage to see yourself somewhere in your house, in your basement, you have enough food and water, you can survive for 8 days, and then you can go out and the air will be clear. And basically, parts per billion, that's the title. It means how many, I guess, harmful particles are in the air. Um, and it's about three couples that sort of need to deal with that. They either have to stay together and fight this, or they have to decide to die together. And I enjoyed two of them, like I said, and then the third one I didn't. They don't go in order or anything like that. Everybody knows each other. Well, not everybody, but at least one person in one couple knows the other. And they sort of go at the same time. And one thing that I really didn't like was that it wasn't chronological. And I understand why they did that, and it sort of made it more interesting at times, but then it made it so frustrating sometimes, especially with the elderly couple. I don't know the woman's name, but the man is Frank Langella, I think is how you pronounce it. He will always be Claire Quilty in my heart. He was fantastic, and she was great as well. I'm sure she's famous and I just don't know her. And they were honestly my favorite couple, and they were the only ones that I actually cared about and made me sort of emotional, this elderly couple. And they are the grandparents of Penn Badgley, who was just, no, I don't like him at all. I used to watch Gossip Girl when it was on, and I hated him there as well, so there you go. And the elderly couple were the only ones that were actually interesting, and they were smart about what they were doing, and I actually cared about them, and they loved each other for real. And with the other couples, I didn't buy that they were in love at all, especially Rosario Dawson and Josh Hutcherson, who, by the way, looks like an alcoholic now. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't really watch Josh Hutcherson's movies. I think last time I saw him was The Virgin Diaries, which is one of my favorite movies ever, and I don't know what happened, man. That was a long time ago, though. That was like 15 years ago. So, I don't know. I just liked the elderly couple. That's it. Teresa Palmer was strange. I really like her, and I love looking at her. I think she's so pretty, but in this movie, I didn't like her character at all. First of all, it was the most bizarre character in the world. I mean, who behaved like this? No one. She was like a little kid, but then she was watching the news all day and getting upset, and then she never even mentioned the news. She just stayed in bed reading poetry, and her boyfriend's a musician, and I didn't like their relationship at all. I didn't think that he was actually honest with her. It always seemed like he was hiding something, and she always seemed too childish to me. And throughout the whole movie, I was thinking, this is ridiculous. They would never survive this biological attack. They're fucking idiots. And then the ending is explaining everything. And then Rosario Dawson, who was great. I really liked her. I think she did a really good job at playing sort of the regular wife who is taken by surprise, and I think she made decisions that a lot of people would make. And Josh Hutcherson was just... I keep saying Josh Hutcherson, but it's not Josh Hutcherson, is it? What's his name? I need to look it up, because I don't think it is. It's Josh Hartnett. Jesus Christ. It's Josh Hartnett. So throughout the entire thing, I've been saying Josh Hutcherson because I'm thinking Hunger Games, apparently. But it's Josh Hartnett. Sorry about that. He was just a whiny bitch throughout the entire thing, and he had a friend in the movie that I really liked at first, and then he became very creepy for some reason, and then he died. Spoiler. Okay. I didn't like Josh Hutcherson at all, even though he was smart in the attack and during the whole thing. He actually gathered supplies and water and sealed off the basement and everything. He also has a sister in the movie, Alexis Bledel, who plays the same character always, but I still like her. I think she's really nice. And it was nice to see her. She played a nurse at the hospital trying to help people. And that's it, really. I mean, the chronological thing, really, I didn't like it, because with the two younger couples, you sort of know when things are happening, but with the elderly couple, I wasn't sure when they fit in the timeline, and I don't know if it's just that I missed something, or if it was meant to be like this, or if it was done just poorly. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't even think about it. It wasn't a bad, terrible movie. It didn't drag on or anything like that. It was pretty fast-paced, but I mean, there were some boring parts with the news, because they just kept going with the news, and I get it. They want to set us up, and they want to set the whole thing up, and they want to explain what's happening, but, you know, if I wanted to watch the news, I would watch the news. It was too much. It was like 10 minutes of just news, and they weren't even real news at that, so that was a bit too much, I think. And then Teresa Palmer's accent was really, it just got me off guard. She's Australian, as far as I know, and she just really wanted to be Australian in this movie, and her accent was awful. It wasn't like in Warm Bodies. She was actually really good in that. So I don't know what happened. And I guess I'll just skip to the end, because I don't know what I'm saying anymore. The end, obviously it's 3 separate endings for each couple. I really liked the elderly couple's ending. I think it was pretty clear and pretty straightforward, and it was what I wanted. And then with Rosario Dawson and Josh Hartnett, it sort of ends in a cliffhanger, and it's sort of like you make you draw your own conclusions, whatever, which I was fine with, and I think I know what happens. In my mind, I know what happens with the characters. And then Teresa Palmer and Pam Badgley, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Yeah, the entire thing, I'm thinking they're fucking idiots, and then the ending proves that. So, I mean, it wasn't. I know they left it at the end. Their ending was the last one, just so it could have an impact, and just so that you're shocked. And I wasn't shocked at all, because I knew what was gonna happen, because they're fucking idiots. And I won't spoil what happens. But I mean, it was pretty fucking clear that, you know, the ending was gonna be the ending. And I was perfectly happy with it just ending on this particular shot, and then it went on, and there was a whole sequence afterwards that was just fucking ridiculous. That ruined everything, because up until the end, I was like, okay, I can manage with this. 2 stories were good, one wasn't. It's better than bad. You know, more than half was good, so I'm okay with that. And then the ending was just, why did you do that? That whole sequence just made no sense, and they were trying to be all smart about it, and I guess I didn't like this movie. I had mixed feelings, but now that I'm talking about it, I guess that's the theme of today, bad movies, because the next one that I'm going to review was just awful. So, parts per billion, do whatever you want with it. I don't even know anymore. I guess if you like the actors, go for it. Don't expect much, though. It's not like the best thing ever. Honestly, I just kept thinking that this must be based on a book, and the book must be better, right? Because everything's based on a book these days. And I was shocked to see that it was not. So, you know, at least good for them for originality. Okay, that's all I have to say. Good for originality. That's it. Parts per billion.